Well, in this video I'm going to go through how to change the centers on this double circle cube. So on this one we've got a 0, 0 center where both the inner circle and the middle circle pieces stay fixed. We've got a 0, 1 center where the inner circle is fixed, the middle circle is moving with the face. It's a 0, 1. We've also got 1, 1 centers where the inner and the middle are not fixed, they're moving with the piece. So let's start by having a look. I can never do that with my fingernail, so what you've got to do initially is just get the cap off, just put something in there like that. Get the cap off, and you want to unscrew this screw. Now you can see that if you try and do this, you might have success, but I very much doubt it. So what you've basically got to do is get these inner and middle pieces out before you do that. So you just take one of them out. The rest of them will then come relatively simply. If not, you can just flick them out. Okay, once they've all been moved, the screw's undone, what you can do is basically lift out. Now you're going to have some different parts to this, so if I just take off that first bit, one little bit there, I've got this other bit with the cap. Now I think there's one more part down there. I'll leave them in the order that I got them, and this is kind of why you have to get all parts of that middle and inner off. Here's the third bit. Okay, and just pulling it out in the way that it was sitting. So what we had was the three parts sitting like that. Now I hope this will focus properly. I guess we shall see. So there are three parts to every center. There's the first one, there's the second, and here's the third. Now what I'm calling this one, or what this is called, is just the centerpiece. So this doesn't really have anything to do with anything, that just sits there. The key thing are these other two pieces here. So the person who came up with this cube named this function piece number 1. Let's see if I can get that. You'll see with function piece number 1, there's a square base in this case, and a circular part as well. Now function piece 1 can be put like that, or it can be turned upside down so the square is upwards. Now if you have function piece 1 with the square up, you are going to get a 1, 1 face. So on this cube, the 1, 1 face was like the orange face where all parts of the circle turned with the face. So if that's what you want, all you need to do is whatever else is happening, just turn it up so the square is up and then put it back together. That'll do it. However, if you want either a 0, 0 face or a 0, 1 face, then you need to have the square down. That's the first thing. So this function piece 1 must have the square down. Now, the function piece 2 determines whether you get a 0, 0 or a 0, 1. If this piece has the square up like it has currently, you can see this piece also has a square, I don't know how clear that is, a square on the top and a circle on the bottom. Yeah, hopefully you can kind of see that. Square on the top, circle on the bottom. You remember this came out of the white face, which was a 0, 0 face. If we turn this upside down so that we have the circle on the top, square at the bottom, then what we're going to get is a 0, 1 face. So if we have square down for function piece 2, and of course we also have square down for function piece 1, we are going to get a 0, 1 face. So all I've done here, you remember it came out so that the square was up for this piece, so all I've done is turn it over, replace that, Now there is, again, I don't know how well this will come out, and I'm not sure if it's on this one or not. You've just got a line, a little groove right about there. Maybe zoom in if you can't see it. That's just got to be lined up with this piece. I'll just see if I can see that. Now the whole centre just clicked in there. Now all I've got to do, in fact I'm not even sure if it matters with that groove at this point in time. I think it only matters when it's the other way. So basically here what you can see that things are, it sort of locks in there, and I can't really turn that. If I take it out I can turn it, but that's locked and it's done. So all I've done there is turn the function piece number 2 over. So in this case we want the square to be down, which is what it is. So this is going to turn into a 0, 1 face. So what do you need to remember? If you want a 1, 1 face, you've got to have this bottom piece, function piece 1, you've got to have that with the square up. That's all you need. That doesn't matter. If you want a 0, 0 face, then the bottom piece needs to be square down, like it is now, and the top piece needs to also be, the top piece is square up like it was, and if we want what we're making now, a 0, 1 face, then the bottom piece square down, and the top piece square down also. So what I'll do now is put that back into this face, and we'll just demonstrate that it does actually turn into, whoop, that's one of the tricky parts. Now what have I got to do for 0, 1? Square down. So just drop that in there. Of course it's quite a bit quicker if you're not explaining it. So that will go like that. And I would probably start screwing it in, not the whole way, I don't think, and then get the rest of the pieces back in. So with these, what I've done is just, as you saw, screwed it in a little bit so that there's still a bit of give. I'm trying to get these pieces back in. The last one to go in will be this corner, and because there's a little bit of give, you just kind of put it in, it just clicks in like that, and then we can continue screwing the screw. It's a little bit hit and miss as to how much you do, you just have to experiment, but you remember this used to be a 0, 0 face, and so we had both circles stationary. If I turn it now, you'll notice that yes, the middle circle is still stationary, but now the inner circle is stationary, but the middle circle is now moving. So that has been turned into a 0, 1 face, just like that one. That, of course, means you've got a completely different puzzle. So quite a number of possibilities here. So I hope that has helped, and good luck with your double circle cube.